Howdy, howdy. Well, I guess I'm trying to figure out how do I send you an invite directly. Uh, doesn't seem like there's a mechanism here for me to DM you privately, is there? Hmm. So maybe this is not going to work like I thought it was going to work. So what I'll do is I'm going to go back into the StreamYard and I'm going to get an invite, copy invite, and Shan, I will send it to you via the Discord. So we'll, let's just test that first. Let's see where if I can find you here. I had you hidden here a few minutes ago. I seem to have lost you. Let me see. Uh, well, let's see. Go back to. Well, I see that Dave is joined in the water cooler chat, as we always do. And so I will try to, well, it doesn't look like it allows me. Well, guys, I'm just trying to do something here different. Last week we had a person who couldn't log in to the Discord and was having issues. So I figured this week, why not try something new? So what I was trying to do new was I was hoping I was able to open this in a StreamYard broadcast. And then once you logged in, I was hoping that I was be able to DM you directly so that I could give you a StreamYard guest invite. But apparently that's not possible. My fear is if I post in general here to the world the invite that we could get spammed by somebody. So that's why I was trying to figure out a private way to do this. And I'm not, if anybody has any ideas about how to best share a StreamYard invite in the chat, then we can try that. But I guess I put the cart before the horse here because I was trying to make this easier for people who are having issues getting into the Discord. As you can see, the Discord URL is passing by there. So if you could join the Discord, then I could help you jump on. So Eric, thanks for joining.
Howdy, how's it going?
So you joined as a as a speaker, right?
Yeah, I came in that way. So
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how I can go to, at the bottom there where it has a little thing where you can invite a guest.
yeah,
So I was trying, I guess the easy, simple way to do that, but then they could get spammed too. I'm just trying to figure out, if people are having issues getting on the Discord to join this, then how to make it more interactive. I figured, well, I just send them a direct invite as a guest on the StreamYard, right? But the thing is, if I send out the StreamYard link, then we could get, spammed by, a bunch of people that don't, that, have malicious intent, right?
yeah. I mean, if we see somebody in the side chat and wants to jump in, we can. For now, we could just post it to the YouTube chat, and we can always just boot them out of waiting room in StreamYard. We don't have to. They don't have to be brought into the stream. So that, or just tell them to jump on the Discord, or
Okay, well,
or just
let me post it to there. That was my fear. So
yeah. In the future, maybe not best, but you know, we could also just tell people to email us and then respond with the link. It's another way to potentially vet and share it a little more safely. But this,
yeah,
this
but
will work.
then we're giving out their email, and they could get spammed with emails, right? So
Or no, give us a, you know, advertise our email address, and they email us, and we respond with the link.
oh, okay, they email us. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Good idea. That's so. Anyhow, I've posted the link in the StreamYard. So if you're out there and you want to join the talk here, go ahead and and click on that link. And I see Shan just joined us. Hi.
All right, there we go. I think I got it.
All right.
I had to end the YouTube channel. I was getting conflicting sounds, so I had to jump out of the YouTube. But that's how I came in. So
okay. Well, cool. So I guess now Dave's trying to join, right? So
Oh, is he? Okay.
let's see if I can paste it. Yeah. So I just sent him the link. So see if he can join the link.
I'm in the show. Everyone can see and hear. Yay!
So no, I was just trying something different. Like I said, the last week we had an issue with a couple of people who weren't really familiar with Discord, and one of them, I guess, did have a Discord channel a long time ago or something, and they couldn't remember their password and were having issues, so they gave up. And then the other person was just new to Discord, didn't really know how to get around, so they gave up. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to do this, right? I don't know. I'm open to any suggestions. I mean, did you think? I think that was a good idea that you had there, Eric. We can just have them send us an email, and then I can send them the private link, like you said. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty safe.
But how do we do that? Do we want to put that in the meetup invite, or do we want to wait?
Or just, you know, folks can just post it in the side chat in the actual YouTube stream, so that works too. Or just say it out loud. Just say email us at blah blah blah, and there you go. Then we respond with the link.
Well, everybody, email us at blah blah blah. So, so is Dave going to be able to join?
I think he said just some take care of real quick, but I think he might pop on for a little bit here.
Oh, there he is. I just have to add him. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Hey, Dave.
Howdy.
Welcome.
What's going on?
All right.
Got a fancy panel going here.
No, this is great. Yeah. So I guess you heard my problem there, Dave. What I was trying to resolve.
No, I didn't. What's going on?
I was trying to make this simple for people to log in and chat with us, just like we did here. So I just didn't know how to get them the link so that they could join, right?
Right.
Because last week I had a couple of people who quit on me because they thought it was too complicated to use Discord. One of them was an old Discord user who didn't remember his password. And then the other person was just new to Discord and was just lost. And so they gave up.
You know, I'm totally down with not doing this on Discord ever again. Like I was actually, before I knew y'all were in StreamYard, I've been trying to find the freaking water cooler channel on my phone. Like when I try to look at channels, it just shows me the YouTube channel. Like
Discord is not I don't think they have any UI people that work at that organization. So if you're on it all the time and you use it, you get used to it, but it's not a very good experience.
Yeah, I'm down to not use that anymore. So
Well, I mean, so that's the other reason, because you had mentioned that same issue before, Dave. So I figured, well, let's try to see if we can just do this on YouTube. And so that's why I sent the invite out on YouTube. But the thing is, on YouTube, it's the interaction is only, in the chat. There's
Yeah.
no, and so I was figuring out, well, if we leverage the StreamYard, then I could send them the link, just like I sent you the link, so you could join. And I sent Sean the link so she could join. And so that works. But the thing is how to efficiently do that. So we ask everybody to join the YouTube. And once they join the YouTube, then we tell them to send an email to blah, blah, blah at gmail.com. And then once we get it, or DFW HUGS at gmail.com, that's the right one. DFW HUGS at gmail.com. Send me an email, and then I will send you a link to the StreamYard so you can join us, and then we'll all be
Wow.
live.
Can
That's
you
Go
put that in the meetup, the actual meetup link? I mean, inside of meetup, put the StreamYard link.
I mean, usually
Well-
if you're going to do like a YouTube format, the idea is generally kind of more a show, right? Where you'll have like a panel that will have maybe like a topic or set of specific topics you're going to discuss, and then you can, optionally have folks come in, and bring them on if they want to kind of contribute to the conversation. But at least that's the way I've seen some shows kind of do use the YouTube format, right?
Right, and that's how I would normally use it, but I was just trying to figure out a way to marry this to make it easier, right? But it doesn't seem like there's a mechanism to do that, right? So it's not like we have an integration with the Discord. So once they got into YouTube, they could get into the Discord.
No, I can't really go that way.
Because then the other thing is, like when we have these, when we have speakers, and people really had a good time, enjoyed it. We got good feedback and then we asked them to join the Discord. A lot of them don't really know how to use the Discord, so they don't join for the after party. So I'm just trying to figure out how to simplify this for everybody. I'm trying to find that happy medium, right? So It seems like the happy medium for now is basically when we have speakers, we'll just stream live on YouTube like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And if we want to have a panel, we could do this, and then I could send out a link once we start. But for having interaction with people, well, I guess we could do this instead of sending them to the Discord for the after party. We could send them the link to the StreamYard to join the after party. What do you think about that?
It's a lot of moving parts.
Huh?
So there's a lot of moving parts here.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
It's tough.
Well, I mean, I'd like to leverage the Discord and drive more traffic there, right? And do, I mean, like Dave, you posted your link to your blog there. We could put stuff to go to people's stuff that they're working on. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this more interactive, how to build it more as a community versus just doing talks, right? I don't know. I'm trying to make it more interactive, and I don't really know how to do that. I mean, because then the other thing is, we have had a couple of people who joined early and then quit was because I talked about maybe trying to help them do certs and certification stuff, and maybe doing a weekly thing on that. But I don't really know how we really do that, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, why? You know, there's a lot of good materials out there already that people can go look at, right? But a lot of times they have issues and run into problems. And if, you know, if we leverage the Discord, then we could walk them through those issues and that problem, right? And they could share the screen, or we could share our screen and show them how to go through it, right? Go through the process.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, how do we better serve the community and get more feedback from the community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Discord's kind of a big barrier of entry for a lot of folks because it is kind of a hassle. So if folks aren't already using it, can be kind of a pain for folks to really engage with it.
yeah, and so then yeah, I guess the other thing is we do have a movie event.
Hey, Tim got approval for a virtual beer tasting event.
Yes, I talked to
I'm
him.
supposed to remind you about that.
Yep, he's so you can join that, Shan. It'll be a virtual thing.
Does that mean I have to bring my own beer?
No, we'll actually send you beer.
Ah,
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, and we'll have a professional beer taster like walk us through it.
huh. Are they
Yeah.
going to pair with like cheese and popcorn and that kind of thing?
I mean, they'd probably give you some recommendations.
I think last
No.
time they came with some little packs of nuts and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
and then yeah, there was somebody who knows beer really well to talk you through it all. And I'm not. I like to drink it occasionally, but I don't know all the fancy terminology and all that.
Well, up here in Portland, there's like a bar or a pub or something. Like, I mean, you can throw a stone and hit a place to go drinking.
Mhm.
And I'm very slowly exploring that.
So Chandra, I don't think I know you. Who are you? Tell us who you are.
Who am I? Well,
Yeah, who is Chandra?
my name is Chandra.
Sandra.
um,
Okay.
I started attending Wince's meetup, I guess, in December at the pizza place. I can't remember how long ago that was. I think it was at least a year ago in Dallas. And
Okay.
I asked him to be my mentor. And we were meeting once a week for about an hour, chatting and catching up and stuff like that. And then I got the bright idea to move to Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I realize now how stupid this is going to make me look. But when I moved from Texas to Oregon, I didn't check in with my company, and there was nothing in the handbook that says I need to let HR know that I'm moving from one state to another because
Oh.
I had completed one state move previous to this. I was living in Oklahoma, moved to Texas, and then I moved to Texas and moved up to Oregon. Well, they don't have the paperwork for to have employees in Oregon, so they gave me an ultimatum.
Oops.
And that ultimatum was to move to a state where they are registered to work or separate.
Okay.
And since I'd spent at least $4,000 to $5,000 and 6 days moving up here,
Mm-hmm.
and the political environment for women in Texas is not favorable.
It's not real good.
Yeah, so I decided to stay here, and
Okay.
that was in November. I lost my job in November, and I'm searching for a new position. But
Hmm.
I'm I'm Terraform certified. I'm boning up on my on my Terraform. I'm also
Mhm.
going through another free boot camp given by Andrew Brown. I'm a little behind in that because not only did I get stuck in week 5 and we're in week 8, I've been sicker than a dog for better part of 2 weeks, and I'm just now coming out of it.
Oh,
So,
goodness.
yeah. So Mr. Wences asked me to do a little testing for him today, so I thought I'd hop into this call. So
Okay.
while I'm
Well,
up here
welcome.
in Portland, Oregon, and it's always rainy up here, but yeah. So if nothing else, I'm just here to kind of hang out and learn from some of the people who are doing some of the things I want to do eventually.
Okay. And what do you want to do?
I'd like to be a cloud engineer.
Okay.
Um, I've got my AWS certified professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CCP. I currently hold the HashiCorp Terraform. I think it's going to expire in the next couple of months. I think they extended me,
Mhm.
and I'm just needing to get some hands-on practice with some AWS labs and start terraforming some of those simply. And moving into even a junior level or an associate cloud engineer position would be absolutely great. So,
Mhm. Okay.
just kind of looking for that sort of thing, and
Okay.
savings will run out in about 5 months, so I got to hop on that bus and
Yeah,
find.
you got to better get going on that.
I know,
Yeah.
so
Right.
working on it.
Okay.
So,
Very cool. Very
yeah.
cool.
So is Andrew Brown, this is the free code camp stuff?
Say again.
I was the Andrew Brown, the free code camp. I was just looking up. I hadn't
I
heard the
think
name before.
he he does have something on Free Code Camp, but if you go to the AWS Ontario Canada user group, he's got something posted there, and I think he's got a company called exampro.io. I think that or .io or .co, I can't remember, but he's out of
Mm.
Canada.
Okay.
And so I'm working through that boot camp. It's free. It's free for the participants. He's done a lot of background work, and he's got some guest speakers, and we're going through all sorts of stuff. What's tripping me up is I think we had a Dynamo DB locally installed in our environment, and I think we have one. I don't know. I think we've got one in AWS, and we're going between them, and I think that's got me a little confused, and I think I don't have the right data in the right places, so I have to go through this one more video to see if I can figure out the kinks that I'm running into and continue to advance. But he's
Hmm.
got some. We've been working a little bit in Docker. We did a little bit of uh, not New Relic and not Datadog, but those types of um, monitoring tools like
Like
Rollerball.
Grafana or
Not Grafana, Rollerball, and we did a little
Rollerball.
bit of X-ray. So,
No
I,
rollerball.
yeah, I don't think it's very well known. But we're just going through like little tidbits here and there to see how we're getting a really good feel how to build basically a Twitter clone, for that matter.
Okay.
It's called Crutter. So,
All
but
right.
if you're more interested in that, I can give you at least the website that I have to go to log in every week, and you won't be able to log in, I don't think, because you have to be a registered participant. But
Okay.
he's got a Discord as well, so if
Hmm.
you wanna, it's called AWS Ontario Virtual. Where's the virtual user group? Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, we'll post that in the chat, would you?
I will, and you might have to talk with him. He's an AWS hero, I think, a community
Okay.
hero. So you probably might be able to find more information about him that way as well.
Okay.
And I don't know how I can get. I don't know how I can post that. I'll find it and see what I can do for you.
All right. Cool.
But I'm
So
gonna
what,
go back on mute. So
I was gonna say, what were y'all doing with DynamoDB? Is it more kind of developer focused, or is it just sort of building out infrastructure, or
I think I think that's our database where we're going to be storing all of our information for the chats that go back and forth. And
Oh,
like I
okay.
said, I'm a little bit behind. Like I said, I got sick and then I got stuck. But the good thing is I can go back and watch those videos, and he's got a Discord channel that you can ask questions, and I've seen this problem in that week that I'm working through, but there's something I'm missing, and I think I've got it figured out. But again, I've been sick and
Yeah.
my energy's been low, and
That-
getting back to it has been a little bit difficult. So that's totally on me.
And when the energy's low, the brain doesn't necessarily work too well either. So,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
oops, I gotta step away for
Oh,
just
Dave,
a
if you're
second.
saying something, I didn't hear you.
I'm not.
And then I put myself on mute. How about that?
Well, somebody else is trying to join, and I sent them the StreamYard link, but it looks like they're having issues. Robert. Hi, Rob. Click on StreamYard link. Did that work? Or did I lose you? Uh-oh, I fat fingered something. This is not good. How do I get out of this? That's what happens when you're a weekend warrior doing this once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll put the StreamYard link again there, Robert. Click on that link. I just put it in the chat. You still there?
Did we lose him?
I am back. I had to take a phone call real quick.
Oh, right on. Oh, snap. I was supposed to call my insurance agent back. Oops.
Sounds important.
Like about an hour ago.
That sounds important.
Well, my daughter totaled yet another car. So,
Oh no. Well, hope she's all right, but
she's fine.
minus the ego,
Just
maybe.
I'm waiting for them to just drop my whole policy.
My gosh. Kids.
Yeah.
All right. We have Jeremy that's joining.
Jeremy. Yeah, I'm going to go return that phone call. I'll be right back.
No worries.
All right. We got Robert now. All right. We're having a party. All right. He's actually working today.
Welcome.
Hey, Robert. Thanks for joining. Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for joining.
Howdy, howdy.
So does everybody know everybody? Want to give us a quick intro, Jeremy? What you do? You're on mute.
I'm hearing a lot of echo, so I don't.
Say again. I can hear you now.
Do you have YouTube open and the StreamYard? I'm gonna have to mute YouTube probably.
That was me. Yeah, okay, I got it. I was on YouTube first and didn't close it. Yeah, so this is my first time joining here. I work for a consulting company called Effectual, and have been using Terraform a little bit over the last couple of years, and so kind of getting more into the HashiCorp world, and been doing IT for a long time, mostly in systems administration in Active Directory for 15 years, and then getting more into DevOps and cloud engineering type stuff the last couple of years.
Well, cool.
Gotcha.
Well,
Yeah, we've
welcome.
worked
Thanks
with a couple
for
folks
joining.
at Effectual over since I started here at HashiCorp. So, I think they've been a really great partner. So that's awesome.
Yeah, probably Jason Scalia and maybe Tom Spalding or some other guys. I don't know. There's a
Yeah.
few that have been.
Yeah, Scalia. That name rings a bell. I don't think I've worked with him, but name does ring a bell.
Yeah, cool.
So are you up in Dallas?
I'm in Dallas. Yes.
Okay, very cool. Yep, I am down in Houston, so
All
just
right.
joining virtually here on the StreamYard.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Robert.
Robert.
Welcome back. I guess you're frozen now. I think he's having some technical difficulties there. So, but yep, I guess he's having technical difficulties. So, Jeremy, Eric, and Dave are both HashiCorp. They're the SEs in the area, and they will be more than willing to help you.
Good. I like help.
Yeah.
Or we can talk about football. We're pretty flexible.
We just
Or
kind of go with the flow.
barbecue, or beer.
All good. Whatever you want to talk about.
I can talk about all those things.
All right.
Welcome back, Rob. Well,
Nope, there he goes again.
and there he goes again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give him a chance.
All right. Well, let's talk football then, Jeremy. Unless you got a burning question.
Let's see,
Wait,
can you see that?
It blurred.
It's a little bit blurry. It's got an H in front of it.
It's
That's
red.
right.
It's the Huskers. I grew up in
Huskers,
Nebraska,
Corn Huskers.
Okay.
All right.
so I was there during the age where you become a hardcore fan of wherever you are usually. So
Right.
I'm a diehard Husker fan
Okay.
still, even though they suck right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you follow pro too?
Yeah. I mean, I've lived in Dallas for 25 years and
Oh, no, it's not a good place to follow football.
yeah. Well, back in the 90s, back when I was just graduating high school, Nebraska won 2 championships. The Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It was great. And then last 20 years, the wrong teams to be rooting for.
Yep. Do you think releasing Zeke was a good move?
I think they should have done that last year.
I think they should have done it 2 years ago, but yeah, I agree. that needed to happen like desperately.
Yep.
Well, I thought he was coming back.
Somewhere
Yeah.
else, please.
Yeah, let him go drain somebody else's pocketbook and be mostly ineffective. Yeah, I have backup teams now, like the Packers and the Saints and the Chiefs. One of them is always pretty good, so I kind of
Yeah, I need to do that too because like my backup team is the Texans because my parents live in Houston, but that
Okay.
hasn't worked out so well the last couple of years either. So
no.
yeah, not great.
Yeah. Well, I guess a couple of announcements here. We're having Mr. Terraform here on the 20th. So Kyle Ruddy will be here giving us a talk. Did Kyle send you anything, Dave, on the topic?
I slacked him about it, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear back and get the topic. It'll be good, whatever it is.
Yeah, he's a fabulous speaker. So
Yeah, Kyle's awesome.
yeah, and then on Cinco de Mayo, we're going to have a movie event. We're going to go see Guardians 3. It'll be at the SMG in the colony.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about still trying to see if I can make the hall up there. It would be fun, but trying to find a work related reason to get myself going up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to help with that as well. Hey, Robert, are you finally in? Yes, no, maybe. I need more bandwidth.
I will say, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying those are the two big things coming. So next week is the next week. Yeah, next week is Cal Ready on the 20th, and then on the 5th of May we're gonna have that movie event. So things are looking good.
So
And
since
then-
I'm just kind of seeing this group and joining now for the first time, could someone just kind of give me an idea of what you typically like? Do you guys go through like troubleshooting stuff or like learning sessions or just kind of hanging out? Kind of what's the dynamic kind of?
Be all of the above. So
The ideas behind. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
No, after you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the ideas behind the office hours were just to have kind of a standing time on Discord where folks kind of hang out and come ask questions, whatever. Just have somebody from Hashi present. We're getting much traction there, so I think Wentz has fired up StreamYard to try it out this way. But aside from the office hours, at least once a month, we'll have somebody from Hashi come in and do a presentation on something. So next one's gonna be next week, and it'll be Kyle Ruddy doing a talk about Terraform. Kyle is awesome.
And we also have this is being live streamed to YouTube. So we have those at the end of this meeting. It will be there if you want to watch it. This is actually the first time that we've recorded these office hour thing. Normally we just record when we have speakers, but today I was trying something different because we're having some issues with some people with having issues with Discord. But I guess the issue is really, I guess it varied, right? So we're just trying to figure out what the best way to do this. Or like today, Robert's having a lot of issues joining us, through the StreamYard, whereas last week he joined and didn't have any issues, joining on the Discord. So his experience this week is worse than last week. So everybody's mileage is varying, so I'm just trying to find what the happy medium is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you have any suggestions, I'm more than open to listen to them. But right now, I think we'll probably just do the YouTube for presenters, and we'll probably do something like what we're doing right now for panel chats, or maybe for the after party after the speaker speaks. Maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that probably works pretty well.
Or should we just send everybody over to the Discord? The thing is, the Discord is hit or miss. Some people love it, some people hate it. So, and the whole reason I'm using the Discord is to try to do more collaboration, to make it more interactive, like we're having right now. And then that way you can share your screen, I can share my screen, and we can help you if you're having issues, stuff like that. So interactive wise, I think the Discord is probably a better thing for doing that. And to your point, yes, we've had people ask about, doing stuff like getting certifications and stuff like that. If that's something that interests you, then, we can try to maybe start something up in these meetings, maybe do 30 minutes of that and then 30 minutes open, or we could just dedicate a whole series maybe for a month doing it, or I don't know. It's really depends on what you guys want to do, right? So we're here to help. Just let us know how you want to help. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I was having a conversation with Dave and Eric about, adoption and Terraform, and people are excited when they see it, but then when they actually go implement it, they're having issues. So Eric and Dave were going to think about doing something there, and so we're thinking about doing maybe a series on adoption and best practices or something like that. And I'll let Eric and Dave talk about what they're brainstorming, but that was something that came up. So we're willing to help you in where you're at and help move you forward, as we can, right? So I don't know, anything you want to add, Dave, or Eric, or Jeremy, if there's a question to end there, go ahead.
I have a question, and that is, how do I paste things into chat in the StreamYard window? Because I don't have a chat. I see the chat, but I can't add to the chat, and I have things to put in the chat.
If you're on, if you have to be on the YouTube and be muted, or be, I think that's, or I don't know. I think if you just open the chat, right? If you go to comments and just click on the comment tab there, do you got a comment tab anywhere?
Oh, I've got comments. I just don't have an input box.
Oh, it could be maybe you're not authenticated. You can send them to me on send them to me and I can post them. That's fine.
All right, I'll do that. I'll stick them in. So what I was gonna send out here was our speaker next week has a Twitter page in case you want to follow him on Twitter. He's pretty decorated veteran of DevOps and Terraform and all the things, right? And then the other thing I was going to say is if we have the past presentations that we've recorded anyway, available to watch. I think they're on the Meetup page, aren't they, Wences?
No, they're in our YouTube channel. So just go.
Oh, they're in our YouTube. They're in our YouTube channel. Yeah.
Search on that, and it'll pop up.
Okay.
So
yeah, it should be under the videos tab from the main channel page there. All the previous talks should all be captured for posterity.
Yeah, and Eric has a really, really good one, Platform Inc. And that's what it's called, right? Is that what it's called?
Yep, that was the one.
DevOps. It's really good. That's one of my favorite ones that we've done so far.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, we got you.
Finally got you. Go ahead, ask your question, Robert.
Yeah, it only took 30 minutes to jump on here.
Computers never work. That's the one thing we all know.
Yeah.
Well, everything's changing all the time. I didn't know anything about StreamYard. Like, this is all, like, I don't know how to get on this or anything. It's like it changes all the time. I'm the old man. I'm the old get off my lawn old man guy.
Yeah. So did you have a question, Robert, or you want to tell these guys what you do? And
Well, I was going to share my screen, but like, I don't know if it's too late to do that at this point.
No.
Well,
I don't.
if you have it open, there should be a present button at the bottom of the window in StreamYard, and that should allow you to share either a whole desktop or a window, and then we can pop it up.
Yeah, there's if you click on the present, then it should say share screen. Do you see that?
I'm trying to click it. I'm trying to do the entire screen. It's not letting me share the entire screen. So share seems to be disabled.
Well,
Let me see.
it could be.
Chrome tab window and entire screen, and it's not letting me share.
Okay, settings, guests. Let me see if I can. Guests can stream this. Guests can comment. It says guests can comment, play, but it doesn't say anything about presenting in there.
I'm not sure if you have to be
There's
logged
a
into
present button
StreamYard.
and then share screen.
Well, I mean, anybody
I'm on the
who's a
StreamYard.
guest should be able to present, because that's how Dave presented in the past. Uh,
Try that.
Oh, we got it.
How's that? Is that good?
Yes, we've got it up.
The infinity screen.
The infinite mirror is up and running.
Looks like the mirror in the
Right.
bathroom.
all right. What's the question? I'm excited.
I'll read that. Oh, gee. I brought everything to a halt. So
Is there something else we need to do? You should be able to just. Okay.
sharing that. So
Yeah, it got PowerShell.
you're seeing the PowerShell and all that.
Yep, I can see PowerShell.
All right. So let's see. I'm still learning all this stuff too. So I'm doing a lab from AWS. And so let's see. I am at this point in the lab, like I did this. Hold on. I created a S3 bucket and a DynamoDB table. And then I was trying to run these, and then I put it into PowerShell. I believe that's you're supposed to run it in there, and then let's see. Once I pasted that in there, well, yeah, I pasted it in there, and then I didn't know if it took the commands in PowerShell because I did that, and then I had to do a Control C to escape.
Are you running this against your own AWS account that you can log in and see those resources created?
Trying, I think I am hoping to. Yes.
Are you?
So-
well, I guess the next question I should ask is, can you log into that AWS account and then see that from there? Now, I don't know what the other guys are experiencing, but I only see a really small screen. I don't know if there's something I need to do on my side, but there's nothing readable here for me.
If you
But
mount a large monitor on the wall in front of you, it's perfect.
That would be my first suggestion. Log into the account that you're running these against and see if once you do your Terraform apply, see if they are actually being created in that account. But I defer to the experts. So I'm going to step back and mute myself and listen to what everybody else says.
So the exercise in the previous step you had there had you run into command to create a DynamoDB table, right?
Yes.
Like scrolling up a little bit past
through
that.
the console.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I suspect if you... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I copied all this, and then I put it in. I'm not in the right location, I don't think, but I pasted it in into this window, and then it didn't I didn't know if it was finished, so I did a Control C. How would I see if that's been added, this information?
So if you scroll up a little bit in Notepad there, to the next section up, and then one more. Okay. So, right, I think what this is doing, right, it looks like this is walking through creating an S3 bucket and a DynamoDB table, probably for storing Terraform state. And then the DynamoDB table is probably for locking, right? So, so you would not paste those next two stanzas in, right? That next stanza there that starts with version, that's what's called an IAM policy. So that is a policy, and it looks like that one is granting access to. Okay, the first one is to list items in the bucket, and then the second one is to interact with the DynamoDB table. So you wouldn't paste those into PowerShell. I suspect what it's probably trying to guide you to do is create an IAM user that Terraform locally is going to use to authenticate to AWS and access this DynamoDB table and storage bucket, right? Because one of the important things in Terraform is that it keeps track of state of the things that you've deployed, right? So normally that would just be locally in a state file, but of course the downside to that is if you lose that state file, Terraform is going to lose its mind. So an alternative way to deal with your Terraform state file is you can store it in an Amazon S3 bucket. And the second piece of that locking, right? Ultimately, if you have multiple folks collaborating on a set of infrastructure using a shared state file, which is stored in S3 in this case, DynamoDB is used as a lock to ensure that two people are not modifying the same infrastructure at the same time. So there were probably some steps outside of that stuff you just showed us where it was potentially guiding you through creating an IAM user and then applying those policies that you were just showing us to that user. I'm guessing. But we'd probably have to see the rest of the lab instructions to kind of help you get through that piece.
Here's the lab. So here's the lab.
Is that from the excuse me, the AWS labs that are available, I think, free? Or is it paid, something you've paid for?
Nah, there's a story behind it, but I don't want to get into all that. But it's not it's like
You got the remote back end.
Sorry.
Yep, I think that's so. Scroll up just a little bit on that page there. All right, so via the console, create an S3 bucket.
I didn't do it in the command line. I didn't do it in the console. I did it just like I just created it through the. Well, I mean, I didn't do it from the terminal or whatever. I just did it by going to here and then I created the S3 and the DynamoDB through this.
Perfect.
And then
same with S3.
So I just created them here, right? And then the next step in the lab was to start putting this in. I didn't know where this was going, basically, So.
Okay, you can do that through the console as well. They kind of left out how to. Well, actually, can you scroll down a little bit more? Are there some instructions?
Here's the actual. It's easier to do it if I do it from this right here. So, but after I created them both, I didn't know, where does this go, right? So
yeah.
all the syntax.
So that's just basically describing the AWS permissions you need. So you can go into the AWS console, and I think you can just paste that straight in.
So it's going to go from the console, not from my PowerShell. Right?
Yeah, right. This is not executable.
Well, and actually, first you're going to have to edit it. So go back to Notepad because your bucket name. Well, no, because your bucket name is Kickit, right?
Yeah,
that's what I created. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got that in there.
I hope this is right. This part here is right.
That's the piece I think.
The credentials file, because I created that file, and I don't know if that's the right syntax here.
No, it wouldn't be inside. It wouldn't be like that inside the bucket. I think because ultimately this is a policy. It's going to let an IAM user interact with that bucket.
Oh yeah. I don't think you want to path that out all the way, right?
I think it'll be /*
Yeah.
So replace what you have highlighted there with star. So I think it should be kick it /*. That's going to mean this profile is going to allow, or policy is what it is. The policy is going to allow gets or puts on anything in kick it /*. So I think that's right. And then the resource next in the DynamoDB table, I think that's correct as long as your DynamoDB table is named TF_state_table.
That's what I created. Yes.
Okay. So now go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just gonna say now you can go apply this to an actual IAM account, right?
Yeah, you'd have to apply this to an IAM user. So further up in this tutorial, did it have you create a dedicated IAM user for this?
Yeah, it did. Let's see what it had up there.
We can probably just go to IAM and go find it.
Yeah.
You mean it just control
Yeah,
F or what do you mean?
Yeah, go back to your browser, the AWS console.
No.
And hit look for IAM there.
There it is.
Okay. So
The users on the left.
from here,
No IAM users.
Yeah, we're gonna need to add a user.
and I can do free form. I shouldn't have to match anything I've done at this point, right? So just any name will do. If not,
Well, I would say let's try it and see what happens. I don't know what the rest of the directions have, but and then
good.
hold on a sec. Attach. Can we attach policies directly? Is that where we paste it in?
Yeah. And then I think in the next screen, it'll give you the option to pick one or to create. So you're going to do create policy.
There it is. And go to JSON.
And paste.
Paste.
So replace
Take
that.
Get all that out. Can you paste more than one in at a time?
It has to be a proper JSON. So,
oh, this is not proper JSON, is it?
Well, that is, but if you just paste the second one, it won't be without.
Right.
So actually, what you would do is go back to Notepad. If you want to merge these into one policy, you see how inside that JSON object there is a statement stanza, and then statement it's got square brackets. So, okay, so look inside a Notepad. So you pasted the first one, right? And if you notice, after the word statement, you've got a square bracket indicating that it is an array. So what you would do if you want to put all this into one policy is go down to right there, start at that curly brace, a little bit down, start at the curly brace below statement. Yep. Grab that till the close of that curly brace stanza. A little bit down. I think it's going to be there, right there. Copy that. Now back to the console, and you can actually go to where statement is currently, and then put the cursor down one line. There you go, right in the front. Press enter. Arrow up. Paste it in, and put a comma. and then a comma. Yeah. That should now have all of those statements within a single policy.
And then let's see, where does it say?
Now,
Where's
you
it?
go to next at the bottom. It's the next tags. And I think if it was invalid JSON, it would have complained at us there. Just next, you don't need to add tags. You do have to give the policy a name, so you can just call it Terraform state.
And then create policy.
Yep.
Okay, there it is. All right. So yeah, anything I was doing in here, that's a no-go. And then any of the Linux windows, it didn't go there, right? So
Correct. Yeah. And so actually now I think you want to go back to that previous tab in your browser, right? Because we still haven't finished creating the user yet. It took us to a new tab to create the policy. So now hit that refresh button, the little circle next to create policy. And now search for Terraform. And now you should see the policy we just created as an option in this list. You just press, there we go. Put a checkbox by that policy. And then next.
create the user.
Create the user. And then the next steps, in order for Terraform to actually use this, you'll have to generate access keys and a secret key, right? Which are basically, that's your credentials, the programmatic credentials for Terraform to use. So
actually, I think I did that. I went to, I've already done that and I put it in a file. Basically, let's see, I'm not doing that again because where is it?
Well, then that must have been in a different AWS account because we didn't see any other users listed here.
Well, what I did was, let me see if I can remember what I did. .csv file. Let's see. Don't open up any files that have your credentials in them because we can all see the screen and it's on YouTube. Okay, but then I did do that. I did do the access key and the secret, and it. Is that something else I'm supposed to do, or I've already done one thing?
No. Well, what's odd is that if you did that, I don't know where it was because we should see an IAM user in this list that you created those credentials for, but this list is empty. So I don't know if that was in a different AWS account or what, because we should see a user associate that those keys would have been associated with.
Well, I don't know if I have created a user. Let's see, because this is one of those free accounts. And then, I mean, obviously I can get in there with my email and password. And I don't know if there was any type of user associated with that other than root. Because I was just going by root.
You may have made credentials for this account, for your management account. But I don't know where those are. So you got like a what are they called? The AWS secret key and all that?
Yeah, I did that, and then I put it in that file, that AWS credentials file.
Okay. Well, then that sounds to me like we may not need to have made a policy because you should have root at this. Like, if you made the token under your logon account here, you know, you're already highly privileged.
Right.
I suppose you should have asked for further context within the lab because that might have been done further up there.
Yeah.
Well, as far as that goes, let's see. It never I don't think it said anything about creating users. This is usually these are for event engine, like the engine, but I got a copy of this one. And then I don't think there was like basically a lot of this is Terraform. It's not talking about users and stuff. I mean, I did that.
So can you deconfigure AWS credentials a few different?
And then
One of the questions I'm having is, are you using? I saw you're using PowerShell, and I'm not familiar with PowerShell, but where are your .tf files living? Where and can you show us where?
yeah,
Can you run like a Terraform version as well, so we can see what version of Terraform you've got? I mean, it looks like you've got it.
I mean, I've got it. You can see them from here, and you can see them from the Linux. I have the Linux. You should be able to see them here. So they're in that. There's the Terraform files in there.
Okay.
I guess I could do that from here too, but
Probably. Okay. Can you list the dot files, ls-al, space-al? Because okay. Now, please forgive me. I'm not exactly sure where the .aws folder lives from this point.
it's kind of like a hidden one. I think
It
it's like
is.
hidden. Yeah.
But and maybe somebody else can step in here. But if you've got your credentials set up, it'll be in that .aws folder as well. And okay, well, and that clears up some of my confusion. Not that I'm able to help much, but
Yeah, they're locked away inside that AWS/credentials or .aws. Yeah, just like it said to do. I think in the lab, right? But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then I would say let's see where this runs or how this runs.
Right.
So like do it, I don't know, or is it in a state where we can do a Terraform plan?
I think so.
Let's see what happens
before, I believe.
Let's see what happens when we do that now. And we've got actual like well, yeah, let's run a Terraform plan and see what happens.
Okay. So I can do it from this prompt, or I need to get to the
You need to do it from wherever, because that's running in Windows. That's native Windows, and you've got the WSL window open to do.
So I need to do the
other stuff. So it's wherever you've loaded. Did you load the Windows or the Linux Terraform binary?
Say that again.
Did you download the Windows binary for Terraform or the Linux binary?
Well, what I did was I downloaded WSL 2, and so I'm running Linux on that.
Right, but when you downloaded the actual Terraform binary from HashiCorp, did you get the Linux version or did you get the Windows version?
I think I did both. I put it in Linux lately. I did. I just recently put it in Linux. So
all right, then we can run it from right there. Let's see.
Run it from here or run it from?
Yeah, just type Terraform-V.
Terraform and see what happens.
Terraform what now?
Just Terraform. Just type that. Let's see what it does. Okay, good. So we got it. So now run Terraform space plan. And that should tell us a lot about what's going on here. Well, Looks like your plan ran okay.
Yeah, this was something earlier in the lab that create the VPC, but
Okay.
it, you know, the funny thing was when I go into my account, it wasn't this. It was 172.31.0.0. It wasn't this block. It was something else.
Okay.
So that was confusing to me. It's like, did it not take what I did? You know,
I don't know.
like
don't
if
know.
I go into, let's see here. Go back, I guess. The BPC, I guess.
I find when you're searching in the top there and you get a yeah, like that. I like to right click and open a new window so that I have windows open for things I want to see, and I can just tab back instead of having to make the console go back and forth. I'm not sure if that's helpful for you, but that's a suggestion I have.
See, this doesn't match. This I think I've done a lab or something before, but this is the IP, and it's not the 10.0.0.0.
Right. That's the IP of an existing one. What you have here, go back to your Linux window. What you have here is the creation of a new one with a new subnet.
But it doesn't show up, right?
Well, you haven't applied it yet. You've only run a plan. So, plan looks at your Terraform code and says, do we have syntax errors? Are we okay? And then it goes out and compares your current state with reality and comes back and tells you what it's going to do. So right now, your plan is showing one resource to add. So that's going to add this VPC. When you do a Terraform apply, it's going to go actually create it.
Oh, so I need to do that right now, right?
Yeah, do Terraform apply now. Like I like to run Terraform plan and just make sure everything's sane before I do apply.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. Now go look at your VPCs.
Refresh it.
You should have.
I didn't refresh.
Actually, go look at subnets.
Oh, it's not under that. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. Are we sure this is the account that Terraform's pointed to in AWS?
Makes me wonder.
You got a lot of VPCs in there.
Yeah, I did a networking lab. I did a networking lab before, and I think I created all this stuff, but I don't see anything.
I don't think Terraform created. I don't think Terraform's pointing at this AWS account then. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, actually, I'm sorry. Let's look at your Terraform one more time. We need to see what region it's pointed to. Does it? Can you scroll up just a little bit? Do we have a region specified?
It was supposed to be US East 1, I thought, but I don't know. Where would it be?
I don't see the region in there. Let's maybe just go into.
What about running a Terraform space state and seeing what's listed here in this account?
And actually, one other thing to do is, can we actually look at the Terraform file, the main.tf or whatever file this is in? Let's look at provider.tf. Unless there's credentials in there. Are there creds in that file? Like a key?
I don't know if it shows. Does it show up in provider?
Well, it would be wherever you put it, wherever you declared the AWS provider.
Well, let's see. I'll move the screen off.
Yeah, cat that out in another place so we don't accidentally publish it to YouTube.
So you're not seeing my terminal right now.
No, I don't. Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do a cat provider.tf.
Yeah.
No, I just basically, it just says, okay, region is US East 2. Maybe that's the issue.
That's why we're not seeing anything. So we need to look in a different. Drop your go look in East 2. How interesting. Oh, we're not looking at it. There it is.
That's it.
There it is. Okay, cool. We did it.
So it is pointing to it, I guess.
Yeah, and
Just
it's
I didn't have
there. So, like, if you go run a Terraform plan now, just to kind of close the loop on how this all works, it's going to compare your state to this infrastructure, this VPC, and it's going to see that there's nothing to do at this point. Yeah, so no changes.
Okay. And plan is just to reiterate, a plan and just like what's the textbook on that?
Plan is to show you what would happen if you did an apply, basically.
If I did what? If I did
an apply, if you did
okay.
Terraform apply, plan is going to tell you, plan is going to tell you, what would have happened
right
in that moment.
Okay. So basically I put that information into that user or that policy, created that policy. And then,
but we didn't actually need to do that. So I would just pretend that never happened. You can go delete that user because you got a token or secret key, whatever it's called, for AWS.
Yeah.
Under your just
root
management root account, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need any policies. You don't need anything else. I would highly suggest, maybe going back, maybe don't delete that user, go back and generate a new secret against that user that we made. So just so you don't have root credentials lying around,
A new secret for that. Okay, let's see.
So go back to your IAM. And
just go ahead and create a user, right, and give them the right permissions.
Where's
I'm in the different region now. I guess
go to that region. Oh, and we made the user in East 1, so you're gonna have to remake it in East 2.
Let's see.
We didn't realize Terraform was pointed there.
Seems like it's disabled here.
Or delete that VPC in US East 2 and recreate it in US East 1.
That might be the faster way to do it, is just edit your providers.tf and change it to East 1.
Yeah, let's see. But yeah, this is not letting me click anyway.
No.
I'm not sure why.
Well, because IAM is a global service. It doesn't have an AZ necessarily, correct?
If that's the case, where did our user go?
Oh, good question. Okay.
I'm thinking our user's over in somehow gotten stuck in East 1, although I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where our user is.
Fair enough.
So let's see. So what you were saying.
Or did we maybe not complete the creation of our user correctly?
Well, click on users and see what's in there, right?
Well, we just did. It's empty. Although there is a policy.
Here's the policy.
Terraform. It's like we made. I think we didn't fully complete our user creation.
Okay, so we never created the user.
Yeah, I don't think that actually happened. So do the add users. This will be much faster this time. If you do the add users, give it a name.
Okay, I'll change that. Next.
Okay, next. And do attach policies directly. And find that Terraform policy. That's the one. So select that guy right there.
Just click it here.
Checkbox. Hit the checkbox.
Yeah.
And then next. And create user. Wait,
Where's that?
okay, here we go. Well,
Delete this one, right?
there's our, wait, where was he a minute ago? Are we in Bizarro? What is happening here? We missed. I want to go watch the tape now and see what did we overlook that guy wasn't there. All right.
Oh, you're recording. That's scary. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, that's why I didn't want you to show any creds on screen because
Okay. So I delete this user or down here. Or?
go. Let's see. We need to. No, I mean it doesn't really. That's housekeeping. You know, you can decide if you want to or not. But click on one of those guys and let's go get you some creds. So you're going to go to security credentials. And you're going to access keys. You're not going to do that right now. Don't do it. Get that off.
That's what I did earlier. That's what I did before the other day. But yeah.
Yeah, but this is going to create them under that particular user.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And you'll want to do that off screen so we don't see
You do it off screen.
the credentials.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to steal them, and I'm gonna log into your AWS account.
I do the same thing. But so do that.
You're going to create
put them
the access
into the file into the actual.
You're gonna replace that .aws
stuff. Yeah.
whatever file that is called that I can't remember
Okay.
off the top of my head. You're going to replace your creds in there.
Okay, the one that we can't see right now, but yeah, okay. And this is for this. This is not for the root. This is for the user.
Right, yeah, and then that will run. That will run all this stuff under the Robert user then.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll move the tab over where you. Let's see. I'll move the tab.
Well, do we want to do a time check? Is everybody? I mean,
I'm gonna have to drop in just a minute.
We're over time anyway, but I appreciate all the help for sure.
Sure, I'm happy to help you.
A lot of learning there, but
yeah.
But yeah. No, it was hard getting on here because I think I'll stop sharing now.
Yeah, but you want to copy and paste that guide you have, and then I'll thumb through it myself as well.
You talking about the lab or what?
Yeah, whatever you're doing, and then I'll because I'm trying to understand why you're doing everything as root as God versus a regular user.
Yeah, well, and that brings up another question, Wences. The lab may be designed to do that because if you think about it,
engine thing. If
think about it, that user we created, that policy didn't have what it's going to need to have to do things like create a VPC. So maybe they do intend for it to be run by root.
Okay. Well, that's why I was saying if he just shows me the link, then I'll go try to figure out.
Yeah, it may be.
Yeah, I'll email you the lab if that's what you want.
It may be that we need to leave that alone.
I'll run through it and see what kind of issues I run into.
Okay.
Then maybe, if you need help, ping me. And if I can't help you, then Dave, you're next.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Chandra,
problem.
thank you
Good
for
to meet you
joining.
guys. Come back next week for Mr. Kyle Reddy's talk, and
Yep.
we'll see y'all later.
All right. Take care.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Bye, Dave.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Y'all have fun. Y'all have a good one.
Just
Robert,
to make sure you drop me the line on how to join, because it took too long for me to join through this StreamYard or whatever this was. So if I'd had that link, I could have pasted it like, boom, and I'd be on. But I was trying to do it from my phone, and it wasn't doing anything. It keep dropping.
yeah, just I don't know. So what are your thoughts, Chandra and Robert? So we want to just keep doing this on the Discord purely and forget about introducing all these other things.
I didn't have a problem hopping into this. The thing that I think is a little clumsy is having to go to YouTube to get the link and then pop into
Stream here.
stream here, and then you have to go back. I went back and closed my YouTube. So if there's a way to get into this directly somehow, I think this is easy enough for me to get into and use. I'm not unhappy with this. Because now I can talk back and forth with you guys, whereas in YouTube, all I can do is reply in chat.
All right. Okay, so my homework's going to be, I'm going to try to see if maybe we can, behind the covers, I'll just record to YouTube and see if we can just come into StreamYard directly and do everything in StreamYard.
That
Maybe that might be easier.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I understand you have to be in the Discord first, and there's a little bit of a learning curve with that, but getting a link to come straight into this, it was easy for me. So
Okay, let me work on that and see if.
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're supposed to like the thing at the scroll of the thing. It's got the Discord, blah, blah. And I thought I'd be using that, but now I've got StreamYard.com/ another set of numbers, letters and characters. So I don't know what's
Yeah, I
preferred.
mean, the reason it streams that for the Discord is because when we're having these talks and everything, after we have the talk or the presentation, then we go over to the Discord for the after party. And so that's what that's showing there. So that's not what we're doing right now. It's just what we would normally do.
Okay.
But we were trying something different today. So that's why that's not right. But yeah, to your point, Chandra, I'll see if maybe we can just do everything in the background and just go to StreamYard directly. Maybe that might be the answer.
yeah,
Thanks for the suggestion. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And it's great seeing you. And I hope everything works out and you just go, girl.
I'm just trucking along and seeing where I can go and what I can do and try to bolster up my skills and send out resumes. That's really all I can do. I know it's kind of tough out there for everybody with all the layoffs, but
Yeah, Robert. That's why Robert's trying to pick up Terraform right now because he's looking as well.
Robert, I'm gonna see if I can message. Let me get out of here. This is my email address. I'm gonna put it in the stream chat over here. Let me know if you see it. It's shanmorton@gmail.com.
I see that.
So
I see that.
I might be able to help you a little bit if you can't get help from some of these other guys, but I think I'm only a few steps ahead of you. But I did help Wince's like several months ago set up a couple of things.
Oh yeah.
So
I might. Yeah. I mean, if y'all want to if you want me to open up a thing in the Discord, we can do it.
I've got an appointment coming up. Hopefully I'll get a dog sitting gig to bring in a little bit of money. So I need to meet somebody here in a little bit. But I mean, I'm happy to answer any questions.
That's my main email. So
okay.
And then you can reach me there. That's easier to remember, but I'll put in my other one. It's not my official one, but probably it might work even better.
Well, she's on our Discord channel too, so you can ping her through Discord as well.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I'll grab the other one as well. But yeah, I just sent you a message or sent you an email. So if I can help, great. If not, I know these other guys will be able to assist as well.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate the.
All right, guys. Have a good evening. Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.